Hi, I'm Taylor, and I'm looking for a headline. So by March, the Canadian government wants to accept 25,000 refugees into Canada. A topic that recently came up is how these refugees are going to adapt to the climate of Canada, that is, our cold, cold, heartless winters. In Syria, where these refugees are coming from, it's a much warmer country. Right now, they're expecting weather in the 15-degree range for the rest of the week, whereas we're expecting weather that is a lot more colder. We're not below zero yet, at least not where I am in Toronto, but sooner or later we're going to get to that point. This is sitting at about 5 degrees average this week. So the question has recently become, how are we going to prepare for these refugees for the winter? The Canadian government is preparing at least 3,000 refugees by the end of the year, and preparing housing and other amenities for these refugees so that they are prepared for this winter. The Canadian press recently released an article on the topic, which you can read on Huffington Post and CBC, talking about refugees in the past and how they've had to adapt to the Canadian climate during the winter. And it's kind of a weird issue because you don't really consider how they're going to adapt to that climate. It's kind of this weird background issue that when you're thinking about culturally adapting to a new environment or dealing with a culture that considers you as invaders, which a lot of people unfortunately are, talking about the culture of weather and adapting to that, it's very different. So that's something that probably needs to be talked about before these people make their way into Canada. It's just one of the topics that needs to be discussed when talking about these refugees. And a lot of organizations are preparing these refugees. They're getting ready for their inevitable move here into Canada. A lot of people are sponsoring refugees and preparing to sponsor housing or put up refugees in their own homes themselves. And these organizations and the people that are volunteering to do this, they should consider, long-term clothing and preparing them culturally and preparing them for a Canadian lifestyle that they might not be ready for.